And welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Jazz. She's Lovey. And late at night, when the world finally stops asking things of you and the real questions come out, the ones about fairness at work, the ones about showing up for your kids when you're exhausted, the ones about relationships that change so slowly you didn't notice until it hurt. Tonight, we're talking about imbalance, the kind that sneaks into your job, your home, and your heart. And we're exploring how people find their footing again, even when the ground keeps shifting. Settle in, dim the lights, and let's breathe through this together. All right, but before we do all that, do us the favor, hit the like, subscribe, share thing. Which one of these is right? Oh, there we go. You can find us at latenightLove.us. Send us your questions, comments, suggestions, etc. to love at latenightLove.us.
Yes, please.
Of course, everybody listens to us on shorts, and so nobody hears that. But
we should do a short just with our intros.
We've got to do one for the radio show. Actually, we've got to do a spot for radio, for the radio station, which, by the way, means you can find us on KUCU916.com at whatever our schedule is.
We're unsure because we're professionals.
I looked it up and then forgot. So it is what it is.
We'll try writing it down next time. We improve a little bit every time.
Yeah. Or maybe not. So, but anyway, in tonight's live segments, we are sitting with the quiet frustrations that build up over time, the extra breaks some people get, the meetings that eat your day, the loneliness of working solo for years, and the strange feelings of being culturally out of sync in a new workplace. These aren't dynamic problems, they're heavy ones. They shape how you show up, how you cope, and how you decide what's worth staying for. If you're settled in for the night, hit subscribe and let's talk about the real stuff. Yeah, so there we go. Oh, this is going to be a strange night. The cat has made an appearance. I forgot to lock him out. Anything can happen. Quite literally.
He's already being a poo.
Yeah, it's what he kind of does. So he's actually a good cat in terms of he's playful and all that good stuff.
And he doesn't even, sometimes I don't know how this happens, but the screen door is left open. And I will come out and I'll find him right at the edge of the doorway. I'll scrunch down looking out into the night.
Yeah, well, he's smart enough not to go out there. He knows how good he's got it.
Only if you keep up with the treats while I'm gone. I'm very concerned about that. I'm going on vacation.
Oh, which is a good thing to mention. We won't be here next week. So we've got a week off.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's get this going tonight.
All right. Why are non-smokers expected to keep working while smokers get extra breaks?
Where do smokers get extra breaks? They may take more short breaks, but where does this happen?
I've worked places, they're like, we don't take breaks. And I'm like, it's the law. I'm going outside.
Yeah. But where does this happen that smokers get extra breaks? I don't know where.
I don't understand either. Every 2 hours you get what?
10, 15 minutes.
10, 15 minutes. That's just the way it is. Everybody gets to.
Now, some places are a little more lenient on that. You can take your 15 minutes, 3 5-minute breaks. They don't care. And that might be what you're seeing. You get a 15-minute break in your first 4 hours. What do they care if you take them in 3 5-minute breaks or 1:15?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's some of that. Here's my suggestion on any of this stuff. Don't make it your business when it's not.
But it's not fair.
Yeah, life ain't fair. Fairness is for kindergartners. The sooner you realize that, the happier your life will be. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Mother Nature threw fairness out the window. So, don't blame me for telling you. This is just how evolution, Mother Nature, God, however you want it. It's how it works, man. I didn't do it. I'm just relaying the information. Yeah. All right. What's next?
Are managers allowed to cancel shifts and then take them themselves?
Well, are they allowed? Well, sure. Well, I guess in theory, there's some states or cities that have the schedule stability laws and things like that. So it depends where you live.
Okay.
But generally speaking, yeah, they can change schedules and shifts and whatever they want. That's what it's the benefits of being the manager. Now, should you? Probably not. Right? If you need to swap shifts, you do it like everybody else does. You ask people, right? And you swap shifts. You don't necessarily force it just simply because you can. Now, you can.
Yeah, but that's kind of rude.
Yeah. The head is heavy who wears the crown. I'm just saying. Tell me there's no person who's been in some leadership position who hasn't wanted to take a day off, so they manipulate the schedule so they get a day off. Tell me when it has not happened. Just does. Is it rude? Sure, but no one ever knows. So I'm just pointing this out. So, and there might be a reason that you're not aware of. Maybe the regional manager is coming in that day and he needs to be there, and you're just the low person on the totem pole, so you're the one who got your shift kicked off. There could actually be a reason that you're not aware of.
Yeah. No, I like that one better.
But he likely just wanted the shift change. Can he do it? Yes.
Yeah,
Can. Is it a non-good managerial move? Yes, it is. It's not a good managerial move. So, two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, not a new problem. But when am I supposed to get the work done? Constantly in meetings.
And you have a meeting about how many meetings you have and how much time out of your day these meetings constantly take. I mean, theoretically, if you're in a place that has that many meetings that are interrupting your day, you make a meeting with somebody to tell them that all these freaking meetings are interrupting my day and I can't get my work done. But it also depends. Sometimes you're in stages of transition where you need a lot of meetings. You need multiple input from various sources in order to understand what's actually happening around in the organization and whatnot. So this especially happens when places are, transitioning leadership and things like that. And can it be excessive? Sure. But it's like getting mad at the wind, man. You kind of just deal with it.
Go in there, try not to grumble too much, because then you get the label not a team player.
Yeah, well, it's not even that. It's figure out a way to make the meetings go faster. If you have to, be more prepared. Interject more often, so you're just not sitting there. You're there for a reason.
Yeah. Participate.
Yeah. And
sorry.
Be brief.
Brief.
Yeah. So show people how that you can say stuff without taking 4 minutes to do it, and you can do it in 35 seconds. It's fine. You can get your thought out. You don't have to say it 6 times. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. It is a skill, running meetings and effectively and quickly.
Now, didn't you tell me you'll only do 45 minutes?
From my perspective, if a meeting takes more than 45 minutes, I've done it wrong. I've screwed up somewhere. No meeting should take more than 45 minutes. If it does, it should have been 2. Should have been broken down and scheduled into 2 different meetings that are discussing 2 different things.
Okay.
It was too broad of a meeting. Too many people involved. On occasion, it's going to happen. You have no choice, right? Especially when you're talking about public meetings and you get public involved, those things can go off the rails. But as a general, a meeting between coworkers and whatnot, it shouldn't take any more than 45 minutes. If it does, it should have been broken down more. Because no one wants to be there more than 45 minutes. No one wants to be there at all. And so after 45 minutes, it's become useless. Everybody's tuned out anyway. So
You got that right.
So just from a practical perspective, if you've gone more than 45 minutes, you failed. People have now tuned out. So you get them done quickly. You go through it. And there's a skill to it. You've got to be engaging in order to do that. And you've got to be thorough so people don't have a bunch of questions. And you've got to be able to answer questions quickly and succinctly without going on and on and on, which just creates more questions because, right, the more words you say, the more things that people can misinterpret. Keep it short and sweet. Just telling you. Learn from my mistakes.
Where were you in my career?
Where was I in mine? Okay. What's next?
Working alone for 2 years. How to cope. I mean, her workload shows up in her inbox.
Uh-huh. So she like works from home.
It works from home, no interactions, maybe a phone call once a week with the office.
Okay, well, here's this. How about having a life outside of that? Go have a hobby to engage with. A book club. Go become an actress at the local theater. You know, help with the backgrounds. I don't know.
Volunteer work.
Yeah, go plant vegetables at your local community garden. It doesn't matter. Essentially, the thing itself is irrelevant, right? Just go find a thing to engage with that has a community attached to it. Most things do.
Yeah.
And do that. If you're a religious person, go back to church. You know, if not, I don't know, take up bowling. It doesn't matter. The thing itself is irrelevant. As I just said, just find something.
If you're going to take up reading, you have to go do it like under a tree or in a coffee house or something.
No, you got to join a book club. Otherwise, what's the point?
Oh, book club.
Yeah. Otherwise, what's the point of doing, right? The whole point is to get human connection.
Ooh, that's very good.
Right. So you've got to do something that has a community directly attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
So you go bowling, you go to a bowling league. They got beginners bowling league, right? Whatever stage you can or can't. They always love beginners. Join. There's this thing in town. I forget whatever it is. It's essentially it's a drinking club, but not everybody goes to the drinking part. But they play kickball leagues, adult kickball leagues, or volleyball leagues, or they do. You know,
and then they go drinking,
pickleball, and softball, and all kinds of stuff. And then they go, man. Then half of them go off and go drinking, right? The other half go home,
yeah,
to their wives and kids, husbands, and right, because it's an so you'll find that you don't have to go to the drinking part, or maybe the drinking part's the part you like. You put up with the kickball so you can go to the other part. It doesn't really matter what the point is to go find something with the community.
Perfect.
That's all you've got to do.
Perfect.
Okay.
Why don't working professionals use ChatGPT voice input more often?
Because it feels awkward, and
they do. They think it feels awkward. My doctor uses it.
And not only do you think it feels awkward, you don't necessarily want everybody around you to know what you're asking ChatGPT all the time. Even though it's becoming a thing, it's the office whisper, they call it, where everybody's using ChatGPT inputs in the office instead of typing, so you don't hear clicks and clacks and stuff anymore. You hear a bunch of because everybody's talking, so it's just this big whisper sound when you walk into one of the big things nowadays, because everybody's doing exactly that.
What?
But it is happening. But it's also awkward. I don't like typing, but I have easier time typing out the command than trying to figure out how to phrase it and say it.
Believe it or not, I communicate better through text. So I feel I'm can be more expressive at times. Even I'm more succinct in my thoughts.
No, it's
when they come out on paper. I don't know why.
It just feels weird to be talking to nothing. Is my biggest thing with it. It would be more efficient, probably, especially for someone like me. But it feels weird talking to nothing, which comes funny to us sitting here talking to nobody, or or people next week when I get the shorts put up.
We have dozens of people who what was that last count?
Hey man, we got a couple thousand who catch us on shorts.
See?
It just doesn't translate to long form because, well, I sometimes forget to put them up. So,
Sorry.
yeah, that's my fault. All right, what's next?
I don't feel culturally fit in my new company. Should I resign? She's a little more open and free flowing, and everybody at the company is really tight and buttoned down.
Well, it depends. There's gonna what's your role, right? Can you just tune down yourself when you're at work a little bit? But maybe your role might be there to loosen everybody up. That might be part of the reason you got hired. We're too stuck up around here. We need a splash of color, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
Everything's gray. We need some rainbow or whatever. It doesn't matter, right? Just need something else. We need a different thing to the mix. Now, should you resign? You shouldn't be going home miserable. Okay. But find an exit plan before you would do that. But my suggestion is, try to find a way to make it fit. Because you've got to learn to fit in places that are different than you. You have to be able to separate business from your personality and
try and make it work.
Yeah. And just because you feel out of place doesn't mean they feel you're out of place. They may be perfectly accepting of your exuberance.
Yeah. But they're unemotional. They're not showing it.
They're not used to it.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do with it. Doesn't mean they mind it, right? Just because they don't know what to do with it yet doesn't mean they mind it. So this could be a problem only in your own head. It's not necessarily even a problem. You're just not feeling comfortable yet. And, we don't know how long they've been here. Is it 6 months? Or I've been here 2 weeks and I don't feel comfortable yet. Yeah, no kidding. Right? It depends. If it's 2 weeks, no, you're not going to feel comfortable yet, especially if you've got that big of a cultural swing. But they hired you for a reason. And I'm guessing you didn't hide your personality type. So they dang well knew.
I'm thinking that's what she's there for.
Yeah. Sometimes you need something. We've hired too many stodgy old guys. So we need to hire some young people to bring in some, just for a breath of fresh air, just for a different thought process, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Right? They need that. People are aware of this.
Yeah.
So you may have been quite exactly hired we need to break down some walls.
Yeah.
We're a siloed thing. We need someone who's just going to naturally unsilo things simply because that's how they operate and they can't do it any different. We're going to start working together as a team because this person can't do anything else. And
so you just be your little cheerful self.
Yeah, they hired you for a reason would be my suggestion, And if it's been 2 weeks, 6 weeks, stick it out a little longer. If it's been 6 months and you're coming home miserable, find an exit plan, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. That's a good timeline.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, last question in this section. A new manager says they welcome disagreement. What's your next move? Nothing.
Doesn't mean you have to test it. No. Okay.
Poke. Yeah,
there's no reason to poke. But they may actually be coming in and say, I want to know what's wrong. And you are the people.
Is so there's a difference between saying, here's what you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
And I have an idea to improve productivity.
Yeah. Or here's what I've seen has been problems.
Yeah.
What's your solutions to them? Do you even see them as problems? Maybe not. Maybe in the grand scheme of things, you look at this and it's cheaper to not solve this problem. It's cheaper to just throw labor at it because sometimes it's like that. And since, why would you have to do it this way? Because it's cheaper than doing anything else. It's, sorry, it just is. So things like that sometimes. So, I don't know. It just doesn't mean you have to test it. And then when you do test it, you test it professionally. This is you don't have to be a sarcastic jerk just because you can. Like, I know I'm Gen X, and we have we bite our tongue at the proper times.
We really
So, yeah, it's my suggestion. Doesn't mean you have to test it, but when you do, be a professional about it. So that's my only suggestion. That's what your next move is. If your thought of the next move is, okay, how can I test this? How can I, you're the problem. You're the problem child. I get the instinct. I get the sarcastic instinct.
Really?
I'm not judging the instinct. Not by any stretch. But if you actually think of carrying out the instinct, bite your tongue, count to 10, and say something professional.
Okay.
That's my suggestion. Yeah. That's it. All right. Life doesn't always redistribute the weight fairly, but naming the imbalance is the first step towards reclaiming your energy. You deserve a workplace that respects your time, your boundaries, and your humanity. Like, subscribe, and keep this conversation going. This community can only grow because of you. So, for me and Lubby, have a good night, and please remember to love everybody.
Good night.
Oh, he left. All right, we'll try it.
Hold on.
That was only 20 minutes. We're fast today.
Ugh.
That was the opening segment.
Yeah, but you know what you do?
Huh?
The first question
Huh?
is usually 20 minutes. You take about 20 minutes.
Well, theoretically, the best question should be either first. You should have the best question should be first and last.
Okay.
But define best question. Who knows how
I
I'm
know.
going to answer anything. That's so it's like saying, yeah, that's like an impossible task. So it's not. I'm not being anything other than that's how it is. Because it's impossible. Who do we know? How do we know how I'm going to answer anything on any given night? I don't know. We were off the rails last week. I don't know what the hell that even was. Yeah. So we're better than that this week. So we're all good.
Yeah, we're doing good.
We're all right. It's all good. All right. Okay, so we're ready.
Yeah.
And welcome back to Late Night Love. Love isn't always soft lighting and perfect timing. Sometimes it's figuring out how to honor a handmade gift that clashes with your decor. Sometimes it's trying to be present for your kids after a 10-hour shift. Sometimes it's wondering whether there's ever a right moment for baby number 2. And sometimes it's navigating early dating dynamics that feel like a magic trick. Interest appears, interest disappears, and you're left wondering what changed. Tonight, we're talking about the small acts of love that matter more than the big ones. And don't forget to drop a comment with what's been weighing on you. Tonight's episode is all about honesty. And honestly, we need you guys to go to latenightLove.us, and you can put your questions, comments, suggestions to love@latenightLove.us. I think the contact form on the website works. Maybe. It's supposed to.
It should.
Theoretically.
And we hope so.
Well, maybe I should test that.
Maybe.
I haven't tested it since we moved servers. I probably should.
Oh, dear.
Oh, anyway, that's enough of our bounding about. What else? Hit the like, subscribe, share thing, do all that good fun stuff for us. And everything else. And don't remember, we will not be here next week because Lubby is gone on her quick vacation. So
I will be gone 5 days. What are you going to do without me?
A party like it's 1999.
Kitty will tell on you.
And I can't say what we did in 1999 on YouTube. So,
Oh my goodness. No, we can't.
so we'll get kicked off again. Anyway, I still can't go live to the YouTube channel for some reason. It's all messed up.
1999. I was 10 years sober.
I was 30. I was not. Well, I was sober from alcohol by that point. I was sober from alcohol at 20, but that's a whole different question. That's different reasons.
Yeah, well, you actually had an epiphany. I had an epiphany and said, no, we got to plow right through that.
Oh. No. I thought that was dumb. See, there's the difference.
Clearly, you are not an alcoholic.
No, clearly. Because curing a hangover from vodka with more vodka would just, it sounded smart for about, 5-6 seconds. And then, well, wait, that's really stupid. Yeah. Kind of more or less cured my drinking problem.
No, man, you got to do what works.
I didn't like it that much anyway.
Nobody does.
Well, then what the hell? Anyway, all right, we've gone off the rails again. Okay.
Because we like the effect bodily that's produced by alcohol.
I didn't, though.
Well, we do.
It makes you do stupid things like,
yes, it does.
Like go outside some girl's house and ask for a chair so you can sit down.
Very good.
Just saying. Makes you do dumb things.
Clearly. Then she would know that you liked her.
I don't even think it was because I liked her. I think just I was bored. She lived down the street. She was a nutcase. Anyway, we all knew she was a nutcase even then. All right, what's next?
How should I display a thoughtful handmade gift from a close friend that completely clashes with my home decor style? Sweetie, you got a bookcase, or in your bedroom, on your nightstand. Come on now. You can give up a little space, just a little piece of your home.
Well, it depends how big and what the gift is. If it's something that hangs on a wall, then, hallways are good because no one ever notices what's hanging up in the hallway.
Yeah.
But also, you have to understand, is your decor more important than your relationships with your friendship, with your friends? I'm just saying, it seems like...
but I got to see my house all the time.
Yes, but then it becomes background, right? You don't notice these things. You put it someplace where you don't notice, like the hallway.
Okay.
So
that's why I suggested the bedroom. Everybody's tired when they go to sleep in their bedroom. They're reading or a computer or watching TV. You don't sit there and socialize in your bedroom unless it's in bed.
Yeah, just put it someplace where you don't look, and it doesn't matter if it matches your decor or not.
Yeah.
So, not everything is a magazine. It's okay to have to express some personality in your decor.
It's called eclectic.
It's not even called eclectic. It's just called living in something. You're not Martha Stewart who's showing her house off every day. This is not a. It's not a display home. It's some place you live, and everything is not going to necessarily have to match.
Yeah.
So, and if your house is big enough where your decor actually matters, then you have a nook somewhere that thoughtful that thing can stay. Okay, if you're like a normal human being,
you really do.
There's plenty of places you can display that you don't look. But if you've got where decor actually matters because you're running with people who think that stuff matters and it. Okay, for social climbing and all that stuff, it makes a difference. Fine, but you got some room or study or some place to put that thing in that no one has to see but you, and you can put it right behind the door so you never see it. So, right, you got some nook and cranny somewhere to put it.
That's what I'm saying. Some bookcase somewhere.
Yeah, but if you're the rest of us, your decor don't matter that much. What are you, Home and Garden magazine? What's wrong with you? You living on?
And it's a close friend.
Are you doing your? And if you're doing a TikTok or a Instagram thing for your house, you can take it out the shot and put it back when you're done. It's not that big of a deal.
There you go.
Okay.
How can I be present for my kids after a 10-hour workday? My brain is completely fried.
You don't need to think. You just need to be there.
Really, listen.
It that's the nice part about it. All they really want is your presence. If you're a man and you come home with your kids, especially when they're young, all they want to do is climb all over you anyway. You don't have to think about that. Your brain doesn't have to work. All you've got to do is be able to physically manhandle them knuckers, knuckleheads along. Right? That's it. That's all you've got to do. He just wants your attention. You don't have to think. Turn your brain off and play with your kids. That's the wonderful thing about it, is you don't have to think. Not everything has to be thought of. You can sit there and play whatever game they're playing with. It's a child's game. Who cares what happens?
And if you're a mom and you're making dinner after work, the night before, prep your meal. I've done this. It really helps.
Hey, these days you can buy a meal prep service for almost what you can get that stuff for at the grocery store. Right? It's only a little more expensive, so maybe that's an option. If you're working 10 hours a day,
Yeah.
you save some time in meal prep, pay someone else to do it and have it delivered to your door. Then you don't have to think about it. It comes nice balanced meals coming to your door. There's lots of services people rave about, so pick one and try it. So simplify your life, but really is your brain. You can turn your brain off with your children. They just want you there.
They really do.
Right. One of the greatest things my kids ever liked to do was dogpile on daddy, right? You lay down, they'd have fun for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just crawling on all over me. Right. That's it. That's all they cared about. And then they were fine for the rest of the night. That's all they needed me for. They just wanted my presence. They just wanted to play for a few minutes. That's it. Then they go back to playing with their G.I. Joes or their wrestling or whatever, wrestling figures or action figure things, whatever they did back in those days. You didn't have video games or things, so they all had stuff. But yeah, you don't have to do much, frankly. You've been gone all day. They just want you for a few minutes. That's it. Hey, daddy's home. Play with him for 15 minutes. And now that's boring. I'm going to go back to do whatever I want. They're kids. They don't have that much of an attention span. They just want to know that you want them.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. So turn the brain off and just play with them for 15 minutes. And you'll see how quickly that, A, it goes quickly. And B, if it takes an hour, you won't notice that it took an hour. Because your brain will have shut off and you'll just be enjoying your children. Have no agenda. Just enjoy them for a little bit.
Isn't that what you just worked for?
Yeah. Let them children recharge those batteries for you.
Yeah.
There's no greater sound than your children laughing. So make your children laugh. Yeah. You ever want to recharge your batteries? All right. What's next?
How do you know it was right time for baby number 2? Does a perfect time even exist? A perfect time does not exist, but on the practical side, I'm being practical, just practical. You want the first one potty trained, out of diapers.
Yeah, I don't know. 2 years was okay. 3 years was okay. 2 or 3 years. I wouldn't want to go more than 3 years apart, to be honest. I wouldn't want them to be 4, 5, 6 years apart. Seems too far. So 2, 3 years.
No, 5. I think 5 was perfect. I had Bethy in school. Then here came the other one.
I don't know. See, so it's going to depend. There's no correct answer to this. So
we were waiting until we bought a house. before we had baby number 2.
So we weren't supposed to be able to have babies, but that didn't work out very well.
No.
So
You had what?
yeah.
Stop it.
Theoretically speaking.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. The only real dumb one would have been Mitch, because at that point we knew that you can't trust medical things. And then the last one was a deliberate decision because wanted a girl and we hadn't had one yet. So yeah, don't do that. I wouldn't change anything, but make a better decision. Make a reason better than that. I got 4 boys.
Let's try for a girl.
Yeah. Okay, each time is a 50%, but man, it's something is showing that you're playing with loaded quarters, right? At some point, you're gonna need a lucky bounce.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've gone off the rails. Where were we at? Baby 2.
Yeah.
Baby.
So we're on the rails.
There is no perfect time for baby 2. You just have to decide if you want to do it or not, or let nature take its course and don't plan it, and it will happen if it wants to happen or not. That's the way humans have been doing it since the beginning of time. So why would you necessarily be any different? If you're okay with baby number 2 coming along at some point, well, then you stop. You can just kind of let nature take its course, and if it happens, it happens. You don't have to plan everything out. That's all I'm saying. You can just be okay with whatever comes.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Now this is actually 2 questions.
All right. Uh-oh, did I mess it up?
No, I did. No, I did this on purpose.
Okay.
Why does interest fade after you reciprocate? This is a 34-year-old female.
Uh-huh.
At what point should reciprocal effort be expected in early dating? 48-year-old male. This is why we don't show too much too soon.
Well, by the 3rd date, the other person should be showing as much interest as you have.
They make as much effort.
Yeah. Well, showing as much interest, because effort is hard to judge.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, but on the 3rd date, by the 3rd date, I have not told my deepest, darkest secrets.
No, but you should know if you're going to invest time and effort into this. But when we we say effort, a mountain to me is a molehill to somebody else, right? So it's hard to judge effort.
Well, minimum effort, you respond to phone calls. You sometimes initiate phone calls.
Yeah, by the 3rd date, you should be having it should be relatively equal communication.
Yes, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
No one should be chasing each other.
No,
except for
not by the 3rd date.
or both people should be chasing each other by the 3rd date, right? At that
Actually,
point,
that is
probably the better description.
That is the optimum.
Yeah.
That's the holy grail that we're all looking for.
So theoretically, by 3rd, maybe 4th, I don't, we've been out the modern dating market for a while, but not too far in, but it takes a time or two, right? That's not something that's going to happen the first time out.
No. Because
you might be going on this date because you just tired of sitting at home, or you told your sister you would, or you lost a bet to your friend. Who knows? And
sometimes we're just not sure.
Yeah.
We think it's a probable no, but we're gonna give you a chance.
There's all kinds of
that first date.
There's all kinds of things, and the second date's kind of the same thing.
Because we could be wrong.
Yeah, and the second date's the same kind of thing. Oh, that was better than I expected. So
exactly. So let's do number 3. Huzzah! I was proved wrong.
Let's do number 2, and
then he turned out to be just a really sweet guy, just super shy. That's why he's not talking.
Yeah.
But once you get him alone and out of the group of people at work, he is a little chatterbox.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and here's the thing, but at 48, he should be, let's see, That's either tail end of Gen X or whatever they call the next ones.
Boomer.
No, the boomers are the older people. You're
sorry.
right between two. So they're actually probably right between the two too. So the Zennials or whatever the heck they're called.
Okay.
Or anyway. So anyway, he should know better at this point. He should know how to have a relationship at 48. So, and we don't know what point she's in. So why does interest fade after you reciprocate? Well, maybe interest faded because they didn't find you as interesting for whatever reason.
Yeah, interest just faded.
Because you didn't have the spark that you were looking for.
Yeah.
And so instead of, now here's the thing, and instead of politely saying, either keep on trying for a couple more dates just to see, because, moods change, moon might be in some positions, whatever it is, right? There's all kinds of reasons someone can be in a funk for a couple weeks, right?
Yeah.
So you might give it another chance or two, but I don't know. At what point? I'm going back to the third, fourth date. You guys should be pretty much wanting to chase each other. And the question would be how do I not overdo it and chase someone away?
Yeah.
Rather than yeah.
He's ghosting.
Yeah. And if he's ghosting at that point, there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
And it's okay. You're better to find out now
Just
than later.
let him go.
Yeah. It's better to find this stuff out early than later. And
he's too much of a wuss to even tell you to the face, your face, I'm sorry, this isn't going to work for me.
Of course, they might be on date one, and who knows, right? And who knows what this is. She may be overly pushy, and this is overly desperate. Maybe she's overly desperate, and so she actually chased people away being overly desperate. You could actually read a sign of desperation in this question if you wanted to read it that way.
Oh, stop it.
There's people like that who are so desperate to have a partner that they push people away.
Well, I'm thinking it's because the first time she gets intimate and then they take off.
Well, I don't think that's what reciprocate means. Because reciprocating what? So
dating. This was under the dating.
Yeah. I don't know. But here's the thing. If you're asking the question, it's probably not meant to be. How's that?
There you go.
And really, do you want a 14-year? My thing has always been about 10 years. You don't want anybody more than 10 years or either side of you.
Yeah.
Frankly. But that's a general rule of thumb. So, okay.
How do you keep kids entertained on a road trip without relying on an iPad? You don't. You tell them, you did what my mom did. She said, I'm bored too. I'm driving. Leave me alone. Look out the window.
Why wouldn't you just rely on the iPad? This is what I don't understand. You have something that will keep them entertained, right? On a long road trip. Okay, you'd like them to look out the window. Great. But what are they going to see? They're going to see a sliver of highway of life that, you decided to build a road by. They're not actually seeing the country, right? This is not.
Hey, man, I saw some wonderful forest and farm hills and fields and fields and fields.
Sure, and I would stick my hand out the window and go like this and pretend I was riding. But you know what? There's no better. I'm sorry, iPad would have been better. I'm not going to say different. Let them play their stupid games on their iPads. So just because we had to suffer being bored doesn't mean they have to. We have this things called technology.
Okay, but the volume stays off.
They've got ear things these days. They don't need volume. They've got earbuds, even wireless ones. Right? That's what they're for. They don't care. They're perfectly happy with earbuds in their ears. That's not a problem for them. They prefer it. So they don't have to listen to you. So
you know why our parents made us go be bored? So when we got to whatever amusement site.
No, they made us be bored because they had no choice.
That we got to, we would actually be excited about it.
That's not why they did it, because they had no choice. What else were they going to do? give you a slinky? What's it?
I'm telling you, there was a plan.
There was no freaking plan. It's just how it was, and we had to accept it because you had no other choice. Well, we now have these things called iPads and handheld video games and stuff that can take their time. If you're worried about them, put educational things on their iPad and make them miserable that way. But just use the iPad, use technology. Stop. God, I'm driving me crazy. There's no reason to make them be bored. They're not going to get anything out of it. We didn't get anything out of it other than war stories. And there's no reason to make kids have war stories. They're going to have enough.
Makes you appreciate being an adult.
I'm just saying.
I can do whatever the flip I want now.
But we can't. That's the thing. We can't do what we want.
Yeah, I can go on road trips with you and do what we want, listen to what we want, smoke what we want.
You can't tell that to the CHP.
Sorry.
All right. What's next?
Oh, this sweetheart. Do you ever go out alone as a male with the purpose of meeting girls? He's 21.
Well, okay, at 21.
He just got out of college. He's got his first job. He's always met people in groups. He needs to know if going out alone as a male is what he should do.
Well,
to meet girls. How do you meet girls?
You just become an interesting person and go out in the world as an interesting human being.
Volunteer.
And it happens.
Get out there in groups that volunteer, that have an interest. Do you like rock climbing? Go in a group with rock climbing. Get him into that environment that he's used to, groups.
But yes, men go out all the time, with the purpose
it's called
of
a bar.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily a good place to meet girls.
Well, one kind of girl.
Yeah, but
the one who's gonna make you pay for all the drinks first.
Yeah, the ones who's got problems. That's why she's in the bar, wanting to drink her problems away. There's,
we're looking for Mr. Take My Problems Away.
Yeah, and you think you're gonna find that in a bar? Like, he's coming in here to drink his problems away. This just not a good. Like, if you think about Cheers, ghost shows our age, right? That's actually quite sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it is
for everybody but Sam.
Yeah.
Who's actually the alcoholic who doesn't drink. Which is just.
But he's cashing in now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway. Yes, you go out with the purpose of meeting girls. It's relatively routine. Usually you go out with a wingman or something and you go to concerts or festivals or that kind of thing, right? Fairs and just any place where groups of guys and girls go hang out. Go to the clubs. That's what clubs are for. But I suppose you have to decide, is that the kind of person you're looking for? If you're a stable person at 21 who's already graduated college, already has a stable job, right? Is that the kind of person you're actually looking for? Or go find the girl who's at City College and working as a barista to help pay for it. Is that the one you actually want?
Yeah.
Right? At 21. So just saying, just be nice to the people around you, and the right ones will start to manifest themselves. But you actually have to leave the house, and you actually have to engage with the world. But you don't have to do anything special. Just be engaged with the world. Yeah. Okay.
What makes you feel like a Parent Pro Max Plus? Now, this is a new parent. And the baby won't stop crying.
Okay.
So, obviously, she's a failure.
Sometimes the babies just cry for all kinds of reasons. The most often gas, but, that's the Of course, I also think that sometimes that's just the go-to because you can't find anything else wrong with these knuckleheads. And so maybe it's a cramp, and we just don't know which muscle is cramping.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, you get calf cramps, random. They're just little human beings,
Yeah.
and they don't know what happens when they get a calf cramp, so they cry. They don't know if they can stretch it out. And sometimes I suspect that sometimes the things we do for gas also stretch those calves and the muscles in their feet, and so you actually take care of them that way. And we blame gas because the kid
You
farted.
do the little row the boat with their legs.
You do all kinds of things, right? You just kind of stretch them out.
Yeah.
So, but sometimes babies cry, especially they're starting to get their teeth, their mouths hurt, and they don't know what to do with it, so they cry.
Yeah.
They cry for lots of reasons, and just because you can't figure out this reason or do anything about it at the moment doesn't make you a failure. If it goes on for too long, you want to check for everything because you can find weird things. Like one time, a kid had hair wrapped around their finger really tight. Yeah, somehow I think pulled hair from somebody. Got wrapped around their finger and was cutting the finger was turning purple. So baby's screaming. Why is you screaming? So you're just starting checking everything, all the limbs. You find it. You get this hair off of their finger. Okay, that's random, but random things happen to children.
They really do.
So, all you can do is the best you can do. And right, you check everything. You deal with the gas things with the squishing and all kinds of things. Some babies like to be squished. There's all kinds of things babies like. Some babies are just colicky, whatever that is. They still don't know. They just they just cry for whatever reason. So
colicky babies are really hard.
Yeah. Because you don't even know what it is.
No, we don't. We don't know.
We suspect it's intestinal discomfort.
We think it's gas. Yeah.
Some form of intestinal discomfort.
Yeah.
Whether it's gas or they're lactose intolerant but they're drinking mother's milk.
Yeah.
And can't figure that out.
Who
knows? But God knows. Do you even want to tell a mother that? Now she's going to think she's a failure because she can't feed her kids. God knows. What? Yeah, that becomes its own problem. So nothing, because anytime you start to feel like a pro plus parent, what's going to happen is they're going to have a diaper blowout and everything's going to be covered in baby poop.
And then you're going to be standing there
on the side of the road trying to figure out what the hell to do with this thing and a completely ruined car seat.
Or hello, what happened to me? A 8-week-old baby driving from Texas to California, blowout in a car seat, side of the road.
Yeah.
No, with the little dome light. That was the light. Because we were 18 and 19 and 19 and 20, and we didn't think to bring a flashlight.
I'm just saying. That's, life will humble you anytime you start thinking of yourselves too highly.
I know.
So never think of yourself as a pro plus max parent is my suggestion. Because otherwise you're just going to get
wait for it.
It's just going to get a nice humbling. And don't set yourself up for that.
No.
All right. Love is really about perfection. It's about intentions, presence, and the courage to keep showing up, even when you're tired, even when you're unsure. You're doing better than you think. If tonight's episode resonated, share it with someone who might feel the need for a little late night clarity. Oh, clarity. I'm not sure we create clarity. But remember, from me and Lovey, have a good night. And please remember to love everybody.
Good night.
All right.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
I should go blow my nose though. That's good. I'll just be nasally. That's gross. Okay, you ready? And welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Jazz, she's Lovey, and relationships shift in the quiet. A brother drifts, a partner snaps, someone you love stops reaching for more. Even intimacy carries its own mysteries. What feels welcome, what feels heavy, and what your body whispers after the moment passes. Tonight, we're stepping into those tender spaces, the ones where love meets boundaries and truth finally asks to be heard. If you are new here, welcome, hit subscribe. You are among friends. Also, you can send us your questions, comments, suggestions, etc. to love@latenightLove.us, and you can find all our past shows and stuff at latenightLove.us. And I should put our links to our shorts there, but that's a project I don't want to think about. By the way, 'cause there's a lot of shorts now.
Well,
Oh,
you'll have time when I'm gone.
oh yeah, like I'm gonna do anything when you're gone, please. Anything, I've got a big pile of Amazon boxes I got to deal with. It's gonna take 4 days by itself.
It got a little out of hand. I'll give it to you. I don't envy you.
Well, I couldn't do it, but I can do it next week. I actually get to have full weight on my after my next X-ray, I can put full weight on my legs for limited time, which is why I'm doing it now. I'm already a week ahead from my schedule.
You keep running a week ahead of the doctors.
Yeah, I've actually shortened it. I was 2 weeks ahead. I actually compromised a little bit more. So a little. I crept that line.
You like doing that.
Well, I can tell when I'm not worried about it breaking anymore.
Mm.
Right? They're worried anyway.
Okay.
They're worried about more damage, and I think we've passed that point. So
Okay.
now it's about making sure I've rebuilt strength and everything around it before I just start going off being a normal human being again. Anyway, okay.
Here we go. I have spent 6 years grieving my relationship with my brother. What do I know now? He chose girlfriend over his family.
Well, that can happen sometimes, but you've been grieving for 6 years. You you can take this grieving thing, put it on in a box on a shelf and deal with it once a year at Christmas or whatever if your big family holiday is.
Yeah.
And you deal with it that way rather than constantly grieve because it doesn't do you any good. It's not changing anything. It's just a weight you have to carry around. So, put the weight down. It's my only real suggestion. How's that?
I like that one. Putting things in a box and putting them on a shelf really does work. Now, at first, you may have to push it back up there. It starts so it wants to come down. You have to give it a little nudge back up on the shelf. That may happen a couple times.
Yeah, well, of course, but you don't have to entertain it, right?
No, you don't have to give it any time.
And you get better at keeping it up there over time.
You do.
So,
yeah.
Because he's made his choices and now you just have to deal with, you can't do anything about that, but you can deal with how you can change how you deal with it. And you don't need to have it to be a constant wound.
No.
You can still honor the loss, but you don't have to honor it every day.
Yeah.
Okay.
My boyfriend insulted me when he was mad. He's 28, she's 25.
Gee, that's the first time anybody's ever insulted somebody when they're mad.
I would confront him
Uh-huh.
and how he handles it, how he responds will set you'll know what your next move needs to be.
Yeah. So I don't know. It depends on insults. Some things are different insults than what. Some things are criticism that are a little harsh, and okay, maybe there's some truth to it. So it really depends on what she's defining as an insult.
Yeah, but you apologize for being a jerk.
Yeah, but we don't necessarily know if he was being a jerk. Just to be other side of the coin.
Anytime you say, "Well, there's a grain of truth in it," an apology is needed. You were rude.
Didn't necessarily there's a grain of truth to it, but maybe she just didn't want to hear it. And she wasn't listening, so he told her in a more direct way that she likes. Doesn't necessarily mean it's an insult. I mean, maybe it is because he was behaving in a way that is, not proper. I just don't trust anybody when they just say someone insulted me and yeah, okay, but nothing from nothing leaves nothing is my generic response to that. You're having an argument. He was mad. You were mad. What I'm going to guess both people said some insults, but now one person wants, because my experience is nobody throws insults alone.
She didn't say that.
No, she didn't. Everybody tells their own story, right? I'm guessing now whose story is correct, whose story is not, who knows? But here's the thing: if you're having arguments,
I think if she brings up that he insulted her, it's kind of a given that she did not participate. Otherwise, she would have kept her yap shut because she would have been doing it too.
Yeah, but she wants sympathy, and so all you have to do is say, he insulted me. You don't have to say that he'd been pushing her buttons for a half an hour before he finally got tired of it and said something that shut her ass up and send her on to the other room.
No, at 25, I think she's perfectly aware what that type of behavior would lead to.
Doesn't mean they don't do it. I'm just saying you're giving everybody, you're giving her a lot of leeway.
You're giving her some maniacal intent.
I'm not giving her maniacal intent. I'm giving her human intent. This is just how humans argue it in their 20s.
If they're assholes.
Yeah, but you're assuming she's not. It's just as likely they're both assholes. And sitting here can't help but argue with each other. They have a spicy relationship.
I'm not thinking that's how it played out.
I don't know.
She's a sweet little thing. And they're 6 months in, and he's showing his true colors.
Yeah, you have a lot of faith in that interpretation. I'm just a little more realistic in how actual people are in their 20s. No one in their 20s knows how to write a relationship right. You're still picking fights just because you're bored. That's what happens in your 20s. Then you get mad when the other person takes it too far. Now, I'm not necessarily giving the other person. He could have very well have done it all on himself and all alone. I'm just saying this with this kind of much information, we know nothing. She could have been poking the bear and they get mad when the bear snaps back. At that stage, you reap what you sow.
No, I'm not buying it.
I'm not buying that she's Miss Sweetness and Light. So
okay, all right. Well, then we're just gonna have to agree to disagree.
Yeah.
All right. I have a great partner every way, other than his laziness in life. He has no ambition.
Well, what does he just go to work, come home, and
he's not interested in a promotion. He's attentive to her.
Okay,
but he's not really interested in, if she wants to go somewhere and do something, fine, but he's not gonna he doesn't suggest things. Now he buys her flowers and cards and calls her every day in a text, "Good morning, beautiful."
Okay, so what is he actually complaining about then?
He's not ambitious. He doesn't plan things. He's not trying to buy his own house.
He knows his limits of what he wants as a responsibility.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. He doesn't want to be a
He
homeowner.
doesn't want to be a homeowner.
Yeah.
It comes with taxes and
And a lawn every weekend that needs tending.
yeah, if the air conditioner breaks, you don't just call somebody. Well, you do just call somebody, but you're the one who the bill goes to, not the landlord. You know, there's all kinds of things that he just doesn't want to put up with. He'd rather pay for it. You know, in a sense, he'd rather pay for it through rent than have to sit there and figure it out and pay for it all himself with the taxes and everything. Yeah. She's just going to have to make a decision about what she actually wants. Does she want everything else, or does she want someone who's career ambitious?
Do you want someone who's attentive, or do you want a workaholic? Because you can't have both.
Well, it's kind of a unicorn, but
Yeah.
he has no desire for a promotion because it's fine. His life is fine.
Yeah.
And he's okay with his life being fine.
He's content.
Yeah. He gets paid enough. There's no stress. There's little stress. So I don't know. She's just gonna have to make a decision on what it is.
And what about you, Missy? Can't you go out and buy that house?
Well, here's my guessing is she's thinking of a family. He's 37, she's 29. She wants him ambitious so she can be more comfortable raising a family. That's where I think the ambitious and future
it may not be conscious.
No, it may not be.
But I think you got something there. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure, he's stable at this level, but you know, she wants 2 kids and a white picket fence, and he's not interested in 2 kids and a white picket fence.
Because when I was 29 and dating, it was like stability and Family Guy and
yeah. But she's looking at the desire for a stable family, and you know, he's stable.
Well, he's still looking at resources, and in a way, I was too. You know, what are you going to bring to the table?
No, he's not even looking at that. Life is fine. He just
her.
Yeah. She's looking at resources, and he's like, my life is stable. I'm 37. It is what it's going to be.
Yeah. So you have a decision to make, ma'am.
Yeah. And I guess the question is, how much is I have a suspicion the desire for a future family, even if it's not an immediate concern, it's what she's actually thinking about.
Yeah. And that's a different conversation to have with your partner.
Yeah. So maybe. Yeah.
Because how you want that to look like.
Yeah. So my guess is she's, I don't know. Okay.
All right. Now we enter the intimacy question.
How are you going to say that without getting us in trouble on YouTube?
Gentleman sausage warming during a long road trip. Is it legal?
Well, probably not, but it depends what it actually means.
Well, she would get on top of him.
No.
And put it inside, but not move. And he would look around. She'd like move to the side, and he could drive.
No, that's not legal. However fun it may or may not be, it's not legal. Nor is it safe.
Sorry. No.
Sorry. I mean, there may be countries where it's not illegal, but probably nowhere where we're listening. I mean, India, I don't think they have any road rules over there at all. But I suspect even there, that's probably not legal. So, no. The answer is no. Stop it. It's dangerous for everybody on the roads. Do you really want to explain that one to the insurance company? Or the police officer who comes and scrapes you off the ground? What was you guys doing? Well, what happened? Well,
man, we were doing it all cuddling.
I get it, but yeah, you don't need that much excitement in your life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, this is from a virgin.
Uh-huh.
He's prepping. He
Okay.
found someone, so now he's getting ready
Mhm.
to make his move. Eye contact during sex. Is
Yeah.
it expected? What is he supposed to do here?
Well, yes, but you're not supposed to look through someone's soul either, right? There's a rhythm to anything. So, right, because if you just sit there and stare at somebody, it becomes awkward. So,
There's that look before you kiss again. You take kissing breaks and just take a quick minute to check it. That's how women reconnect. We kiss. And
I'm
you look in our eyes just real quick. We get that connection
just
during sex. And we and that and so we want to do it longer. If we feel disconnected, we're like, "Oh man, when is this going to be over?" You know.
let nature take its course, especially during your first time. Don't overthink it because you're going to be end up thinking too much, and that's the worst thing. So, nature will take its course. You were built for this. It's all good. Don't
Yeah,
overthink it.
you'll be all right.
Is my question, my suggestion.
Well, he wants to make her happy. I
Well, that's
think that's
great.
sweet.
The fact that what is it that God said? It's not that you want to please me that pleases. No, it's not what you do that pleases me. It's not that you want to please me that pleases me. No, it's not what you do
It's not what you do
that pleases me.
that pleases me.
It's that you
It's that you want
to please me
to please me.
that pleases me. So yeah, just stick to that, and you'll be fine. Generically expected.
Because we know when you're doing an effort, and we appreciate it. We really do.
Especially if you're young and you guys are both relatively inexperienced. You're all learning together. Don't worry so much about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just expect body noises. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just ignore them is your best.
You do. You just completely ignore them. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
noise? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cannot get myself to enjoy having sex. She's 18 and she is the masturbation queen,
Uh-huh.
and she knows how to please herself, and everybody else is just work trying to teach them how to dial in. She's got a special combination.
Well, no, she's created herself a special combination.
Mhm.
Is what's happened, which is sad at 18, if you think about it.
Hey, man, at least she's having orgasm. What is it, like a third of the women don't?
I don't
You
know.
know?
Well, yeah, but at that point, is it really the same? I mean, half the time, are you doing it just to be doing it? Killing time?
Are you under a lot of stress, hon?
No, she's 18 and discovered herself. That's what happens on that one. Happens to girls just as much as it happens to boys. We just don't talk about it. Right? So there's nothing unusual about any of this. It's just kind of sad that she has such a combination that she's not willing to, change at 18. She's just going to have to open her mind a little bit. And, you know, here's the thing, especially for women, orgasm isn't necessarily the goal.
I was just gonna say it's secondary. It really is. We can. I mean, it can be frustrating if you don't get there sometimes, but a lot of the times there are other things going on that satisfy us in a different way. We have different areas, you know.
So that's our suggestion is for her to, try to, uh, let go of the past while she's engaging with other people.
Give them a chance.
Well, give not even necessarily them a chance. Give other things a chance.
Give you a chance.
Yeah, give other combinations the opportunity to work.
Now there we go.
You're sitting there,
That's the bottom line.
right? She's so focused that this is going to be work. Well, of course it is now. You're going into it with the
mindset
that it's not. So drop the, you might find another combination that works.
So go into your dalliances with an open mind.
Yeah. So try that. All right. What's next?
Okay. Last question.
Okay.
Rapidly changing people size after sex?
I have no idea.
Not a clue. You really should go to a
if you-
doctor, dude.
If you're worried about this, you shouldn't be asking on Reddit. It's common and usually normal according to the AI. It's a sympathetic nervous system reaction.
Part of the fight or flight.
Yeah. So don't overly worry about it, but if it's bothering you,
see a doctor.
Well, you don't necessarily have to see a doctor on this one. Send your doctor a message or a note.
A note.
Yeah, you don't have
to let him reassure you.
Yeah, that would be my suggestion. So, because apparently it's relatively normal. So there's that. And you could have done that. Why did you post this on Reddit, you knucklehead? That you could have just posted that into any search. You didn't even go to an AI. You just pasted it into that address bar.
They didn't trust AI.
But they trust Reddit.
Yeah.
Guess what, Sunshine? Your AI is, well, it depends which AI you use, is trained on Reddit. Not the one we use, but there's an AI I forget which one is trained on Reddit. I think it's ChatGPT.
Huh?
It's trained on Reddit. So guess what? You just helped feed Reddit with whatever. Anyway, just ask the AI and then double check that. Make yourself feel better a minute and then send a note to your doctor asking if this is true.
Yeah.
It's all you have to do. Even though on something like that, AI is going to be, we'll also put we'll put where it got the information and you can click to WebMD, wherever the heck you picked it up from.
Oh, nice.
And check on that. So,
yeah.
Anyway, that's it for tonight. And you're allowed to want respect. You're allowed to want effort. You're allowed to want clarity. Relationships thrive when we stop pretending everything is fine and start talking about what's real. As the night winds down, remember this: you are not alone in the questions you carry. Everyone is trying to balance work, love, and relationships with the limited energy they have. So thank you for spending part of your evening with us, for listening, for reflecting, and for being part of this community that chooses honesty over perfection. Rest well. Come back next week for more late night love.
Not next week.
Oh, well, come back next week anyway. Go to the website. And you can, if you want more episodes, behind the scenes updates, or ways to support the show, subscribe here on YouTube and visit latenightLove.us. For me and Lovey, have a good night. And please remember to love everybody.